Welcome to The Pulse, where we delve deep into the issues and ideas that are shaping the future of education. I'm your host, Rick Surrency, Superintendent of the Putnam County School District, and each week we'll be talking to teachers, administrators, and other experts in the field about the latest trends, best practices, and most pressing concerns in education. Whether you're a teacher, a parent, or just someone who cares about education, this podcast is for you. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the pulse. Welcome, this is Rick Surrency. I'm the superintendent of the Putnam County School District, and I'm very pleased here to have in our podcast today, Jamie, who's representing ESS. And I'm going to ask Jamie just to introduce herself and talk about what ESS is. But I will say this, ESS plays a vital role in the running of our school district, because when teachers are out, things come up. It is very important that we have people who can step in and be in those classrooms, and people who are very, very trained and responsible. And so Jamie's going to talk about that and a lot of the training that goes on with the people that work for ESS. So Jamie, welcome, and it's great to have you.
Thank you, Dr. Surrency. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. We have been a partner with Putnam County Schools, I would say almost 8 years now. And we are just thrilled to be here supporting this community, the school district. And as Dr. Surrency said, there are employees that are out of the building. And that not necessarily is just teachers, but it's also our teacher assistants, paraprofessional, child nutrition, custodians. We provide whatever it is Putnam County needs from us. So we have a very big footprint in the community. We're very involved in the community. And we will bring in substitutes to manage all of those positions through hiring, and we train, and we're open.
That's great. That's great. So, and I've talked to one of your colleagues years ago when they first came in and became our partner, and I think we were one of the first, if not the first, district in the state of Florida to partner with you. And,
yeah, absolutely.
So. But the old way of hiring substitutes, whether it was teachers or whoever, would be for the secretary at the school. Mm-hmm. They get a call from the employee, and then the secretary would have to call and try to find substitutes. So what ESS has done is really created a whole system where they manage all that themselves. So talk about the actual day-to-day workings and how you do that.
Absolutely. So what we want to be considered is an extension of the HR team. So think of us like that. We will take care of the interviewing, onboarding, training, and hiring of all the substitutes. It's very important for us to make sure that we are vetting the substitutes, that they're willing, able, and capable of being in the classroom or in the school in whatever position it is that we are bringing them on to fulfill. So we make sure that the interview process is thorough. We put them through an orientation, which talks all about the partnership between Putnam and ESS and what they can expect. And then we put them through a 5-hour training course with a retired teacher to help them with classroom management, lesson planning, keeping the kids, happy, engaged, and learning. And ultimately, that's the most important thing for us, is to make sure that every child has a seamless day, no matter who in that building is out for the day.
And that, being a former principal, it is so important when you do have an absence of an employee that you can have somebody there come in a seamless way and not have to really worry about, am I getting the right person? Is this person qualified? Is this person going to be here? Where y'all take on all that responsibility, and that's a tremendous help.
We absolutely do. And one of the things is part of our partnership with the district is that these folks that come in and work for us get exposure in the district. And so many times we are helping them get full-time employment with the school district. So they can start as a substitute, check out different locations. The schools have an opportunity to get to know them. And if they'd like to bring them on, then we're just, again, part of that HR team, and
kind of like a training ground or a trial run.
Yeah,
I like that.
Exactly.
So if someone, the folks that are watching right now, if they are interested in possibly working with ESS, so talk to us about what they would do and what are some qualifications they might need to have or not. So could you speak to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, coming on board, it's very simple. You would go to ess.com. You would click on the Apply Now button, just type in Putnam, Palatka, anything in the area. It'll take you right to our application process where you can apply, and then you will be reached out by a recruiter to talk about the different positions that we have available and where, and then we would work through the process of getting those individuals hired.
So if an applicant, let's say they go through the process and they're hired, could they request that they be available to work in certain locations, or do they need to be available to work anywhere in the county, or is that possible? Or?
That's an excellent question. And in fact, they do have the ability to select the different locations that they would want to work in. And we do that because they might live in a particular area and have a radius where where they're able to travel. And so we like to accommodate that. So it can be a grade level, it can be a particular location in the district, it could be a particular position only that we would hire someone to fulfill.
I'm thinking, we have a local college, a community college or state college, and I'm thinking some of the students there, again, if they are qualified to work with ESS, might have classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and they might be available Tuesday and Thursday or whatever the case might be. They can also tailor their work schedule according to work around that?
Absolutely. We are open to our college students. We can support you, get you some hours, some experience, and some knowledge in your area. So we're absolutely open to that part-time schedule. And I think that's one of the things that's great about ESS and becoming a substitute for Putnam is that you have the flexibility. Maybe you have another position or you have a family obligation and you can only work a couple days a week. Well, that's great. This gives you that opportunity to do that. On the other hand, if you want to work every day, we can certainly help you do that too. So this type of position really does offer folks, that opportunity to have that flexibility in their work schedule.
So what's been the situation as far as finding employees? I know in the school district, we've had a challenge hiring employees in certain job classes. How's it been with ESS?
I have to be honest, it's been great.
That's good.
We have a very robust sub pool. We have a lot of folks that are applying, and we're working through those folks and getting them into the classrooms. I would say your HR department's doing an amazing job of hiring, and for us, the certified teachers are going to be the area where we would probably be the slimmest. But the need is not as great because your team's doing such an amazing job of bringing them on. So,
and I'll be sure to pass that on to them.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, and having the right people in the classrooms is so important, and to be able to carry on when teachers are out, or if pairs are out, or whatever the case is, we have to be able to have people in front of our students. And if we don't, believe me, as a principal, I've had to double up classes or. Yeah. Just finding someone to cover that, and that's not the best use of our talent. So, I really commend you for providing that service for us, and I think a lot of districts in Florida have your service or a service similar to that. I know there are other people out there that do that, but I think that is the way of the future. That we have to be able to partner with people who specialize in that and can continue that high level of service. So, and I'm assuming that you don't have to get into specifics, but you pay competitive wages.
Absolutely. We absolutely do, and it's based on education level. So even if someone has a high school bachelor, master's, or certified, we have all different pay levels that are in accordance with their education. And so we feel like there are a lot of people out there that don't know that this is an opportunity for them. They think automatically, oh, I've had to work in education, or I have to have a certification in order to be a substitute teacher. No, you can have a degree, come through our training course, be supported, and actually get into the classroom. So it's really open for many people.
Well, and I think the thing is, and I like the idea that we possibly can hire, and I think we have in the past, we've hired people from ESS to go in full time. And I think it's a good way for them to kind of get their feet wet, if you will. But I think for potential employees that might want to apply to ESS, to me, whether you're a college student or you're retired or you do something else, this is an excellent way to work a schedule that maybe fits in your particular life. So I think it's a great opportunity for people out there. And I think the more people you have in your bank of people, probably the better because it helps you with scheduling, so.
Absolutely. And it definitely can't go without saying that we do offer benefits. So not only are we just bringing in paying a salary, which is weekly, we pay weekly, but we also offer the option for medical, dental, 401k, long-term, short-term disability, vision. They're all a la carte. And so, we want to make sure that we're taking care of our staff, just like Putnam County School Districts takes care of their staff. So we do everything we can to support our employees and make sure that they're thriving in this environment.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I know I talked about pay, didn't think about all the benefits. So that's a great thing as far as a reason to go to work there. So
absolutely.
Jamie, anything else you want to add before we kind of wrap up our conversation today? Anything I left out?
I don't think so. I'm just really excited that we're here and we have a chance to talk about ESS and all the great things that we're doing in the community. And for those of you who live in the community, I hope you see some of our signs around and our team members. And we want to be and we are a part of this community. So just thank you. Thank you for this.
Well, I'm going to ask our staff if they can put the contact information on the screen. And absolutely. I know you mentioned, if you would, just mention again the website name and if there's a phone number they can call. Do you have that available?
I do. You can go to ESS.com and just click on the apply. You can type in Putnam, Palatka, any area around here, and that'll take you right to the application. You can dial 877-983-2244, extension 1, and we'll get a team member to support you.
Good. And we'll have that on the screen for anybody who wants to watch it. So, Jamie, thanks for being here. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Dr. Surrency. It's been a pleasure.
And look forward to our continued partnership. And
absolutely.
I did not realize it's been almost 8 years. Wow. Yeah. So
it's been great.
It's been working. So that's great. Let's keep it going.
Absolutely.
All
Thank
right.
you, sir.
Hope you have a great day and look forward to maybe interviewing you again.
Anytime. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you in our next podcast.